We are on Yu-Gi-Oh! Link Evolution, or the Duelist. Today I will be showing you the Dark Magician Deck. So far it's been really good. It's been helping out. So let's get on with it. So first thing you need are 3 copies of Dark Magician, of course, because that's who we're mostly running for. And then we got 2 copies of Apprentice Illusion Magician. Once you, she's good for if you summon her. You can discard a card, and then you can summon a Dark Magician from your deck to your hand. So that way, she's in your hand. Um, and then you can send this card from your hand or face up field to the graveyard, and she gets 2,000 attack during damage calculation only. So once we get her, then we can put Dark Magician in her deck, and that'd be good for her. And then, of course, we got 2 copies of Dark Magician Girl. She gains 300 attack for every Dark Magician. Magician of Black Chaos in the graveyard. And she's just there because we need her. Then we got 3 copies of Elemental Hero Prism. Now he's real good because you can reveal 1 fusion monster uh, from your extra deck. So say if we have him, we want to get Dark Magicians. So for Elemental Hero Prism, we will have a monster from our extra deck like Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. As long as it has Dark Magician name in it, you're okay. With Dark Paladin, same thing. So once we have that, uh, you will put the you will show one of these cards from your extra deck, and then you would summon, not summon, put a Dark Magician in the graveyard, and then he would act like Dark Magician. His name would be Dark Magician until the end of the turn. And that's also good because we got 3 copies of Thousand Knives. If you control a Dark Magician, you can target a monster and destroy it. So that's why we have him there for, because he acts like Dark Magician if you do it the right way. And we also got the 2 copies of Dark Magic Attack, which destroys all spells and traps your opponent controls. So that's why we have him. He's pretty good. We got 3 copies of Keeper of Dragon Magic. He's there for mostly polymerization of what we need. So when he's normal summon or special summon, you have to discard a card and add polymerization. So he's really good for that. And then we have 3 copies of Magician Robe. He is good because you can discard a card, discard a spell or trap card, and then special summon a Dark Magician from your deck. So, which is really good if you need that Dark Magician over there. 2 copies of it. And then we got 2 copies of Magician Souls. You can send up to 2 spells and traps from your hand or the field to the graveyard. You can draw that many cards. This card is in your hand. You can send 1 level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from your deck to the graveyard. And so that would be, once you activate that, you can put a Dark Magician Girl or Dark Magician in the graveyard. And then you can summon him, which is Magician Souls, or the way you want to do it is you want to, once you put Dark Magician Girl or Dark Magician in the graveyard, you want to summon either one of them. So he goes in the graveyard, and you get Dark Magician Girl or Dark Magician, your choice. It don't really matter. And then we got 2 copies of Bond Between Teacher and Student. This card's really good because if you do control a Dark Magician, you can special Dark Magician Girl from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and then you can set down a Dark Magician attack if you want, and then it's up to you. You don't have to activate on that turn, so she's just there. It's good. And we got 1 copy of Dark Burning Magic. It says if you control monsters whose original names are Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, destroy all cards your opponent controls. Now that only works when you have Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl on the field. So she's there just in case. And like I said, we got 2 copies of Dark Magician Attack. If you control a Dark Magician, you can destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. So that's really good, just in case someone else has a full deck of spells and traps you need to get rid of. That'd be good. Then we got 1 copy of Dark Magic Expand. Now this is there just in case. The monster just gains 1,000 attack, so they're just there just in case, and you guys can read the rest of the card, but it's just very little, just in case. And we got 1 copy of Dark Magic Inheritance. You can banish 2 spells from your graveyard, add 1 spell and trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. And you can do that for 1 per turn, just there just in case. And of course, these are our big ones here. We got 3 copies of Dark Magician Circle. It will, as soon as you activate it, you can look at the top 3 of your cards on your deck. And then if it lets you, you can choose one of those cards. And then you put that in your hand. And then if a card effect is up, or a spell card or trap card is activated, or a card effect from a monster, you can banish it, and it's a continuous spell, so it stays on the field, so it's always good. So if you have a bad hand and you have Dark Magician Circle, you put that on first, and then if the top 3 cards are Dark Magician, you can put a Dark Magician in your hand, so that's good. And then you got a spell card, Illusion Magic. You can tribute 1 spell cost or monster and add up to 2 copies of Dark Magician from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So if you're ever in a pickle, you can tribute Dark Magician Girl, Princess, Illusion Magician. They're all spellcasters, so you know, no worries about that. And of course, we got a copy of Monster Reborn. Target monster in our graveyard or opponents, don't matter. Then we got, of course, 3 copies of Polymerization, 2 copies of Secret of Dark Magic. Now this acts like Polymerization. You can fusion monster from your extra deck using the monsters from your hand or field, including Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl as fusion materials. You can also virtual summon a monster from your hand by tributing those cards, but we don't have no virtual monsters, so we're not doing the second effect. So it's just like Polymerization. You fuse a monster, get 1 from your extra deck. We got 3 copies of Soul Servant. This card is good because you can put a card on top of your deck from your hand or graveyard. So like specifically list Dark Magician Girl. So you can choose any random card in your deck. If you want to choose Dark Magician, you choose that, and then that'll be on top of your deck for your next turn, so you can get that card. Same, it can go with spell cards, trap cards, any card in your deck. So that's why we have them. Also, 2 copies of the Eye of Timeless. It's like Polymerization and Secret of Dark Magic, same thing. It's same theme, but say if you want to summon, let's say Dark Paladin, you have to have those 2 monsters to tribute, so you can get him on the field. But most likely, when you have that for Dark Magician, you can put. It don't matter because once you have that, it automatically put that in there for you, so you can get Dark Paladin, Dark Magician, Dragon Knight, any of your cards from your extra deck. So those are always good. Then we got 3 copies of Thousand Knives. Like I said earlier, if you control a Dark Magician, you can target monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Also good. And then we got 2 trap cards of Eternal Soul. I only recommend 1 but you can have two. It's up to you. Because I have 48 cards, so it helps. I get those little extra 8 cards just in case. So when you have this and on your monster zone, or I'm sorry, on your field zone, you can summon a Dark Magician from your deck or your graveyard, or any spell card that lists for Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, including Thousand Knives. You can put Thousand Knives in your hand, or Dark Magician Attack, or if you have a Dark Magician in your deck or graveyard, you can summon that for every turn. So if it's your turn, you can do it, and then if you have another Dark Magician in your hand, when it's your opponent's turn, you can activate it again, and then you can get the same one again. So it's really up to you. And then our last card for our deck, we got the Trap Card Magician's Combination. Now this is there just in case your opponent has a lot of negates that starts negating everything. So you can tribute one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl and special summon a Dark Magician or a Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard. That lists different names, and you can negate it. And then if this card is destroyed from your spell and trap zone to your graveyard, you can destroy one card on the field. So if they do destroy it, you can destroy one of their cards. Now for the extra deck, first one we have is Amulet Dragon. Now all these monsters from the extra deck is up to your choice. These just help me out. So the first one I have is Amulet Dragon. He's just there just in case. If you want to read about his card, you can read it there. 2 copies of Dark Cavalry. Same thing. He's just there in case I need him. He's just pretty easy. I got 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl, a Dragon Knight. Same thing. But she's a little more powerful, so once per turn you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard and target a card that's face up on the field on your opponent's side and destroy it. So that's one good reason why you should have her. You should have this one, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. That's where your opponent cannot target spells or traps you control with card effects, and they can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. That's also what I said earlier, is you need him or something else for Elemental Hero Prism. So he acts like, once you activate him, you can show your opponent this card, and then your Elemental Hero Prism will act like a Dark Magician, as long as it has a Dark Magician name in it. So he's good. 2 copies of Dark Paladin. He's good. You can discard a card, negate the activation if they activate something or whatever, and then you can negate it, and if you do, you can destroy it. And it gains 500 attack for each monster on the field or on the graveyard, but we don't have a lot of dragon monsters, so that one won't be really necessary for him. Now these next 2 fusion monsters you definitely need is the Dark Magicians. That's really good if you use Popularization on Dark Magician Girl or Dark Magician, or same thing with Elemental Hero Prism. You can make him as a Dark Magician, and then you can use Popularization for him, and with Dark Magician Girl or him and Dark Magician, it's up to you. And then you'll get this card, the Dark Magicians. Now this is really good because if this card is destroyed, you can summon our Dark Magician and a Dark Magician Girl from your hand, deck, or the graveyard. So it's always good, but when she gets banished, her effect will not work. So when it's banished, it won't work, but it has to be destroyed. Then you can do that. Next card we have is a Xyz monster, Castle the Skyblaster Musketeer. These Xyz monsters I really don't use. They're just there just in case you need them. I also have a Bond Illusion Magician, 2 level 7 monsters, I mostly do a Dark Magician. Um, it's up to you. And then that card, you can once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material from Ebon Illusion Magician, and special summon one spellcaster type normal monster from your hand or deck. And it's just there just in case. And then our other Xyz is number 101, Silent Honor Arc. I barely use it. Like I said again, it's just there if you need it. I mean, most of the case you don't. And then we got 3 link cards. One is Warlord Dragon. He's good because you can do 3 different effect monsters, and we have a lot of different effect monsters, so he's there just in case. And he's pretty good because once per turn you can target a face-up monster on the field, and you can make that card lose 500 attack and defense. Then your opponent can activate cards or effects in response after you activate this card. So it's always good. Um, so he's just there really just in case if ever you got everything destroyed. There you go. That's your last. He will be your last thing to ever summon just in case. But it's up to you. And of course we have Nightmare Phoenix. This card is good if you need to destroy your opponent's spell or trap card. So do 2 monsters, 2 different names, and then you can discard a spell or trap from your opponent's controls. So it's there, and then our last one is Bewitch Apprentice. I'm sorry. All dark monsters on the field gain 500 attack, and light monsters lose 400 attack and defense. It's just there, just in case again, if we ever need it. So far that is what my deck is. And now I will show you how this would be played against anybody. They're pretty good. You just need to know what to use first, honestly. Like this, we'll go second. Going second's good because we can get that extra card. Alright, now see we have Dark Magician Circle, so we're going to be using that one first. Once it's our turn. Unless we get new, better cards from our deck. So let's see. So Eternal Soul. So Eternal Soul is good. So first card you do is Dark Magician Circle. So you activate it. And then now I'll show you 3 cards. And then sometimes it'll let you put a card in your hand. Like this. You say yes. And it'll show me 2. So you can pick one. So I will pick Dark Magician Attack just in case. So I can destroy all my opponent's spells and traps on the cards. And then next what we can do is put them in order on top of your deck. So my next card we can do Magician's Rod, then Magician's Combination. And then they'll be those 2 will be your next 2 cards. So that's cool. And then we'll put Eternal Soul down just in case. Now watch here. Now see he has spell cards that we don't know about. So like for Elemental Hero Prism, he's always good. You set him down, activate his effect, and show your opponent a monster that has Dark Magician name in the fusion monster. Like this shows Dark Magician and 1 Dragon monster. This one won't work because it's Dark Magician Girl. So I'll just show a card that has Dark Magician. And then we put 1 Dark Magician in the graveyard. Then once that Dark Magician goes in the graveyard, now his name is Dark Magician. Then now we can activate this because we control Dark Magician. We destroy spells and traps. So he had a negate and what he had? Crush Card Virus. See, very important. Thank God we got him, huh? And now we can't really do nothing because we both have 1700. But now next turn we're gonna activate Dark Magician or Eternal Soul. Then we can add Dark Magician on the field, or summon it, I should say. So activate it. You use effect now if you wanted to. And then we have choice 2. We can put a Dark Magician attack with 1,000 Knives from our deck to our hands. But since we have Dark Magician from our hand, we'll summon it. So summon Dark Magician. And then we'll see what he does. And then now since we activated our trap card, now we're going to activate the Dark Magician Circle. So every time you activate a spell or trap card, you have Dark Magician Circle. You can banish my opponent's cards on their field. Don't matter if it's face up or face down. So I'll banish his cards. So now he won't be able to attack us. So now he has to face down. So now since we don't know what he has, we're going to activate Eternal Soul. And then we could do another Dark Magician that's in our graveyard, but I want 1,000 Knives in our hand so we can destroy that face down card. Because we don't know what it is. Activate it. Destroy his card. Now this, you don't have to. This is you can banish 2 spells from your graveyard, but we can if you wanted to. It's up to you. So we will banish these 2 cards. And then I can add any card I want to my hand. So let's see, we can do, let's do Secrets of Dark Magic. Let's see here. Then we're going to activate this, because this fusion summons our monsters from an extra deck. So we will summon Dark Cavalry. Like I said, it's up to you what you choose to summon or not. But either way, you'll get the job done. Fusion those. We'll put them here. And then now, since his attack went 28 to 34, because he gains 100 attack for each spell or trap card in our graveyard, so he went up pretty well. Then we'll get a Dark Magician back from our graveyard. Monster Reborn. Alrighty. And then now we can attack. So always go from lowest to highest. Elemental Shard present first. Dark Magician. And Dark Cavalry. So now he has 300 life points left, so no matter what he does next, we're still going to win this, so now we can activate the Eternal Soul again. We can summon another Dark Magician from our hand or graveyard. We don't have none in our hand, but we do have one in our graveyard. Summon him. Dark Magician again. So now we have 2 Dark Magicians out. And now, see, now he just ended his turn. Might as well. Since we're gonna beat him, you might as well do the rest of the stuff so you can get the rest, some more money. So, since he only has 300 life points, we're gonna poly. Let's do Dark Magicians. I did both Dark Magicians. And we will summon Dark Magicians, so. We'll do that one, put him anywhere. And then now you can go to Link Summon if you want. He only has 300 life points. So now we'll just attack him. And that's it. So that is the Dark Magician deck. Hopefully you guys do like this video. Please like and subscribe if you guys want to see more decks or any other decks you guys want to see on how to use. That's really good. Comment below. And then I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.